Welcome to the Den of Tools.
Howdy ho, guys and gals, it's Red, your friendly neighborhood tool bear, back again here in the Den of Tools, and we're going to take a look at two new tools here for you today. We're talking about the Skil 12V PWRCore line here. We're looking at their new ratchet, their cordless ratchet, and also their new light, their workshop or work light, mechanics light they call it. And we're going to be putting these to the test, seeing what they can do, what they're good for, what they're not good for, and also doing a quick little comparison. So let's jump into it.
Okay, today we're looking at a couple of Skil's PWRCore 12 units. Here we got the new, I don't think either of these are on the market just yet. We've got the brushless ratchet and of course the brushless light. I know, but you know, the reality is that all of the 12V tools here in the PWRCore line are brushless, and so this just kind of builds into that. So we're going to set this one aside for a minute. We're going to talk about this because getting an L, as I like to call them, an E-ratchet or a cordless ratchet is one of the cornerstones for DIYers, and I think the PWRCore 12 is one of the best lines for the DIY line. As you can see here on this, you got a decent, if small, but very tight. Wow, extremely tight. Okay, maybe not that tight. Yeah, it's pretty tight. For changing direction there. Of course, this is a 3/8 ratchet here. And I gotta tell you, let me see here. It feels like it has a lot of torque, but that could just be, you know, the sense of vibration or something. We're gonna have to check it out. The other thing I'm gonna say is it feels large, and maybe I'm just being biased because of the form factor. I'm used to the other style of form factor, because if you're realistic about it, it might not be that large. Let's take a look at that. Okay, so this is the Earthquake 12V, and this is the Skil 12V. If we look at the two, you know, size-wise, they seem pretty similar. I mean, still the Skil is bulkier. As you can see there, you can see it's well thicker than the other one, but not, I mean, the head of it is about the same. I come down here, look at the handle. The only difference is that this has got the battery inside the handle, whereas this has the battery external. Now, of course, like there's several of the 12Vs that have it external, and of course they have them rotated at a 90 degrees to this, which means it allows you to sit it standing upright. I mean, you can do that with this one. I guess it technically makes it longer, gives you more leverage. I thought this was a lot bulkier than this, and I guess I hadn't used it well. I will say I still prefer this form factor, because this right here, it hits the heel of my hand, and it's annoying. It's not bad, it's just annoying. Now, this one thing is the Skil here does have a lockout here, so you can lock this out so it can't accidentally go off. So if you have it in your toolbox, it's not going to actually just search. We got a light right here. You know, you can see how bright that light is. You know, I don't think this has anything like that. I don't know if there's a lockout. I don't see any sort of lockout on it. Yeah, the lockout on this is taking the battery out. There's your lockout. If I was going to reach and pick one of these up, if I'm working in a dark spot, I'd probably grab this for the light. But other than that, I would probably grab this just because of the form factor, unless I really needed to use it as a wrench as well, and that is using my own torque on it to break something off. So we're going to try some of that in a minute. In the meantime, but let's take a look at their other offering here, and this is the Skil PWRCore 12V light here. Of course, it runs off the PWRCore battery. One thing I gotta say about the battery system with this, with the PWRCore, at least to the 12V, is they all have, besides 4 lights on the batteries, which is great. This is the 4 amp hour. They all have the USB adapter. I absolutely love that they have a USB adapter. My whole family, we use these we had to go searching for this. That's probably one of the downsides, because somebody used it for a USB for charging their cell phones. Probably the wife. They all have it. So there's the 2 amp hour and the 4 amp hour. But this thing is, we've been using just almost daily this thing. There's all sorts of projects we've been using it for. So the light on this, it's not the brightest light in the world. Now, it is daylight out here, so it's going to be hard to see. We're going to show it at night also. That's full bright, half bright, and off. There's no, well, here's one thing I like about it. There you can see the light on it. There is no, if I press and hold, oh, it does blink. Never mind. Of course it does. in both modes. Oh well, I had hopes. But this is the thing about this, it mounts everywhere, okay? So you've got a 2x4 mount right there, it'll go on a 2x4. You've got a rafter hook, you've got magnets, and of course this thing will pivot down, it'll pivot up. Oh wait, and we have the little nail hook up top. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 mounting options besides just standing flat. There's no reason you can't use this anywhere you are. So it folds down, folds all the way back like this. This rotates, look at that, almost, what do we got? I'll have to figure out the degrees later. I'm not doing the math on that. 90 times 3, 270. And anyway, I love this light. It does, I keep thinking it should fold up flat, but that's ridiculous to consider that it would, because this isn't flat, but I keep thinking it will. But let's see what we can do with these and see what they're capable of. Yeah, not happening. Okay, let's try it with the 4 amp hour battery. And guys, I'm not surprised about this at all. These are not for breaking bolts loose. Nope. Can the earthquake do it? Nope. Not happening. Just like that. There we go.
Well, there you go. What did you think about that? So this is the Skil. As I said, it's the brushless. Everything in the Skil 12-volt line is brushless, which is really nice. And I got to tell you what, I was, when they first sent this to me, and first of all, thanks again to for Skil for sending these over. And when they sent these to me, I was excited to get my paws on the Ratchet for this system, because I think it's one of the best options for the DIYer out there, for the homeowner kind of stuff, because the 12-volt line is got, when you go brushless, has a good amount of power. The brushless also adds an extended battery life to it, so you get more bang for your buck out of it. And they're just well-made tools, and they're more compact for getting into tight places, because when you're doing a lot of repairs and stuff, you're trying to get into places where it's not like you're framing out a house or something, right? Now, you use a ratchet for that, but the point is that the 12 volts are more compact. And what I like about these is that this extends the feasibility of the line they already have. I will say this, I would not buy the Skil 12-volt line if this is your primary tool. If you're buying it just to do mechanical work, it's probably not the system for you. Now let's take a look real quick. Here's the 12-volt line as it is. I mean, we're not seeing large, impact wrenches or anything like that. So obviously that's probably not where you're going to go. This is a home DIYer line. We got the drill, we've got the right angle, we've got the oscillating multi-tool, the circ saw, the one-hand recip. They have another light. They have an impact wrench, and they have I think it's a 3/8 impact wrench, and they have the impact driver as well. Let me scroll through here real quick just to make sure. They have the 2 amp and the 4 amp hour battery. I highly recommend getting the 4 amp hour batteries. But to be honest, the 2 amp hour battery is not terrible either. The barrel grip jigsaw, that's pretty cool. 3/8 impact, yeah. I don't believe there is a 1/2 inch impact. This is for DIY kind of work, okay? You're not doing big stuff with this. If you need a 1/2 inch, get it corded, Usually you're taking off lugs and stuff like that. For most of the other small stuff, the 3/8 will do the job. Anyway, it's a great line. It's one of my favorite lines, but it's like not every tool in a tool line is perfect. Now, what this is good for is if you're in the line already and you need a ratchet, at least there is one. Right? That's the way I look at this. It's not bad. The performance is pretty good. It's not as bulky as I was worried it would be compared to other ones out there. I do wish they'd turned this at a right angle there, made it a flat base so you could stand on its own, made it a little bit. I don't know, more ergonomic. As I said in the video, my heel hitting this, it was kind of weird, but it works. It's not something, it's like an annoyance rather than, well, that's just not going to happen. So the takeaway from it is, you know, it's not the tool you go like, I'm not going to choose the 12-volt line from Skil because of how fantastic the Ratchet is. I'm going to choose the 12-volt line from Skil because it's a great line all around, and it does have some of the tools I may need. That's the reason you go with that. Now, the other one, this work light, I'd almost choose it just for this work light. This is a fantastic work light. I've seen lots of work lights out there, and this thing just has so many options on it. You know, and the ability to turn and twist the lamp head on this to put it exactly where you want. It has good brightness, but it's a diffuse brightness. It's not like a spotlight kind of thing, so it's not glaring. You don't get a lot of reflection back and stuff like that. It is an excellent work light. And at $35, I think this thing's a steal. It's a no-brainer kind of thing. Now, this one at $109, $110, let's call it. Let's be honest, though. At that price, it is it does come with the battery and the charger, so you're not getting a bare tool on that. So you might want to consider that. Now, these are both over at Lowe's. I don't know if this is on Amazon yet, but I know the light is on Amazon, so you can check there. I think this is on sale right now, $5 off, ends June 28th. That's why I'm showing you the Lowe's on this, because there's a sale, and this is $20 off. So end of the month here, or actually a couple days here. You might want to take a look at that. I like both of these tools. I like using both of them. This one was practically flawless. This one, just the ergonomics of it bothered me, but it's not like I wouldn't not choose this line unless I was looking for like my main thing is doing mechanical stuff. If you're doing mechanical stuff, the 12-volt line here isn't quite ready for it. There's not a 1/2-inch impact, stuff like that. But for the average DIYer, it's a no-brainer. All right, we already looked through the rest of the line there. As I said, you know, I've got other tools in the Skil line here. Let me put a picture up. I've got the drill driver, the impact, and the circ saw, and I love it. I'm kind of becoming a fan bear about this because I love the compact nature of the tools. I love the power and the battery length from them all being brushless, and the cost, especially when these go on sale. If you've got the time to hunt for deals, and you just haunt like Amazon, stuff like this, or even on Lowe's, and you'll see these prices drop every so often, you can get some really stellar deals on these tools. Anyway, thanks again for Skil for sending these over. I really enjoyed using them. I'm going to put in some good work here in the future. But anyway, let me know what you think. Put it down in the comments. I'd like to see a long neck version myself. What about you? Anyway, put it down in the comments while you're down there. Don't forget to chomp the old like button, smash the subscribe, and ring the bell on your way out. That's all this Tool Bear has for you today. You all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on.